Yeah, you actually got stereo. Mark's got stereo.
Well, that's that, yeah. Started the live. Okay, cool. Now, this should take a hot minute, this one, because, yay, the first one. Joyce. Hey. Yes, bless, welcome. Welcome. Aaron, yes, Shalai, welcome. Carla, Les, Liam, beautiful. Sweet Quillian, C.
Here's Charlotte.
Hi.
Hey, Charlotte.
Charlotte, Reese.
Should we take them upstairs?
I'm so excited to be back with you. Like, hi, Mark. Oh, the hackers gone. Hackers are never gone. They're always snooping around to see what wickedness they can aspire upon other people's lives. We just have to be careful of them. That's all, my darling. Bring it on, sir. Yes, Les. I'm bringing it on. I am bringing it on. Can't wait. I'm really excited to be with you guys again. I didn't actually think anything was going to happen. You know, it just wasn't. Hi, Mark, Joyce. Yes, my darling. How are you doing? Yeah, I didn't think I'd be here talking with you guys this week, and that really got to me. That got to me a bit. I'm gonna admit that
Yes, Charlotte, hackers.
Yeah, the hackers. It really did kind of. I was a bit frustrated. I was doing everything in my power to sort things out, and for a minute I forgot that I'm God's soldier. I'm the chosen one. I'm blessed and highly favored, and I was trying to do in my own works when I forgot to just say to God, listen, these hackers are coming to just try and mess up the program, you know, please help, intervene, you know, divine intervention, make something happen that we can get back. And yes, Johnny, yeah, we got our KPF team coming in. Nice to have you, Johnny. Yeah, and for a moment I forgot myself, like we do, you know, as human beings. We forget that we have a creator that we can trust in and we can talk to, that can help us, that wants to. And for a minute I forgot that, and I was really uptight and stressed, like what's going on and how am I going to get this on, what about the Sunday show, and you know, how am I going to serve the people, and I've got this going on and everything anyhow. And it was just like, it's quite stressful. And in the end, what my wife suggested to me to do, which I'd done, I normally listen to my wife, don't I, sweetheart?
Yeah, you do, darling.
I normally listen to her, and she said, she pulled out a name and said, have you checked on this person and hollered at them to see if they can help? And I said, yeah, I always holler at them, but they're busy. And being in that frustrated mind, I hadn't checked my messages, and he got back to me, innit?
Yeah.
He got back to me, and he said, like, yeah, you know, let's see what we can do and whatnot. And then boom. So all the other efforts I was making, nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. But it was the one where my wife said, contact this person, and so I just want to give a massive shout. My wife says that, you know, maybe he doesn't want to get shouted at, or maybe he doesn't. But I'm so excited about, you know, just having good people in my life.
So when he sees it, he will know that it's
just,
him. So thank you.
Yeah, just let, I don't know, just be there for people, because people don't forget what you do. They might forget what you say, but they don't forget what you do for them. You know.
That's true.
So I like to look at what I can do for people. And just think about that. What can you do for someone?
And it Les.
No, it's where blessings and love to you. Yes, Mr. Motivator, my brother. Yeah, bless you, man. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so basically I was just, for those that just joined in, I was just explaining how we got hacked this week. And
it was a stressful week.
Yeah, it was quite stressful, because my wife was trying to do
I had issues with my computer crashing with my editing my photos and stuff like that, and then messed up my thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
that's lovely. This help was given to you. Yeah, it's lovely. But you know, I'm sure you guys have had challenges this week that, you know, kind of revealed, you know, our weaknesses and our faults, you know, and sometimes I'm not in the Valentine's thing, but I recognize that people are, and that's cool. And because for me, Valentine's is every day. Every day I want to look for an opportunity to make my missus smile, make her happy. You know, I flirt with her daily. I drop some bars on her to make her feel nice, like I just linked her and I'm chatting her up. So my thing's on a continuous, so I don't need Mr. Valentine to remind me about nothing. Just when I wake up and I'm seeing my missus, it's all good, and I just feel like I'm in love with her afresh. It's a new day, new opportunity. So for me, Valentine's Day is every day, every day. But yeah, you can see some nice rose in the background. His dad's his son. You know, he obviously in love with his mom. Wanted to show it. Hey, my son's online. Yes, Dino. Big up, my G. Big up, man. Yeah. So we're just sharing about the week, basically, to start off with, and how troublesome and testing it can be. But sometimes we have to welcome this.
Yeah.
We have to welcome these weeks, because without them, how are we going to grow stronger? How are we going to find out about ourselves? Like what we can handle, what we can't, what we need to work on more, what we need to be focused on. Because there's so many lessons. And for me, this week reminded me that I haven't got this far because all the merit and my work, you know, all the great work I've done. Yeah. That's not why I've got this far. I got this far because God's got his hand over me, and he's clearly shown me that. And if anyone can't see, then Jesus might have to perform some miracle on you to clear your eyes so you can see. But my life is an absolute testimony to that there is a creator, he is real, and he is working in my life because I've asked him to, and I really need him. I wouldn't be able to get through my days. Today I was crying, like it was crazy, like I was alright, I was getting ready, sitting down thinking, okay, let me just sort out my phone and then I'm gonna go and do the live. Because we still haven't sorted all the stuff on the phone yet since the hacking. But then I came across a picture with my son, and I just broke down. I just broke down, man. You know, you just don't know. This is life now. Yeah. You know, and I'm sure we got stuff. You know, you guys can really understand what I'm talking about. There's people. There's definitely something in the air.
Oh, Charlotte said she's had a challenging week.
Yeah, see, it's definitely something that people are going through challenges. So I hope, you know, this can encourage everybody. But what was I just saying? I was saying something specifically.
You saw a picture of your son.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys, you know, can understand this because you've got loved ones that you've, you know, recently, Mr. Motivator, Dr. Motivator's had he lost people in his family. Yeah. And I know that it's hurtful. And anything can trigger it. But my missus came, just hugged me, and she said, come back. And just that hug, you know, it was just like I needed to just switch back, because you can get drawn into that, you know, who gets this? You can get drawn into that strong emotion of grief, and then a day's gone by, a week's gone by, days have gone by, and you've been sucked in and you haven't been productive because the pain and the grief of your loved one not being around has affected you and kind of just brought you, and then you feel depressed and whatnot. So the battle's always recognizing that I have to own this, that I feel like this, but I have to keep moving as well. Does anyone understand what I'm saying? Just wave if you do, if you're feeling the conversation and understanding what I'm saying. Yes, Sharuk, how you doing, my girl? Yeah, so today, just put your hand up or let me know, put a request in if you want to comment. But obviously I never had no time to plan anything this week and to you know, get things prepared like I normally do, guests, stuff like that, because I didn't think I was going to be on. But since everyone's talking about love, and I love love so much, and it's really an exciting subject, and everybody has relationships, whether it's a partner relationship, you have relationships with people. You know, you've got mums and dads, brothers and sisters, children. There's relationships everywhere. You have a relationship with your neighbour, even if it's half non-existent. You know, it is still sort of a relationship, really. It's just maybe a quite lame one. But I think it's a great subject to talk about and to discuss today.
Isha, I would say Aisha.
Yes,
Hi, Isha.
Hi, Isha, my darling. So glad you're on because we're going to talk about love this week. And you see a lot of families, and protecting your mindset's important. Yes, it is, my brother. You see a lot of families, and you see the problems in families. Don't let Raz scare you, babe. Don't let Raz.
I didn't even know he was here.
Mr. Razzle, why do you like the spotlight as well?
He always comes here.
Why do you like this and you start making up their noise? Right? Everyone knows you're involved.
You saying hello. Okay, yeah, see you,
okay,
Raz.
so let's talk about love today. Let's talk about relationship. And the first thing I thought about today, because I thought everyone's doing this Valentine's stuff, yeah. I thought, how about saying something controversial like, what's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? I know you're probably thinking, what is he on about? Love is everything to do with it. But I'm talking about like in marriages, in relationships, yeah. People always talk about how much they love each other. I love you, I love you, I love you. And my response to that is, what's love got to do with it? Because imagine this, yeah? We all think about love as this really lovely feeling thing, okay?
Feeling thing.
And we feel so loved up, don't we? Oh, I'm so in love. And we kind of measure our love by our feelings. Let me know if I'm, chatting a whole heap of pork. But from my experience, my 51 experience, soon going to be 52 March the 10th, I've experienced many people base their love on this, okay? How they feel, whether they feel so loved up with the person and this is the one and all those things. But I've seen those relationships just fall apart, and they're just such on a buzz. They're so high. Who is a witness to this? Tell me, let me know, drop some comments in the bar if you've been in this, you know people that have been like this, and everything goes tits up, okay? And you have to ask yourself, wow, how did that happen? And I'm just saying, what's love got to do with it? Because the guy that's beating up his wife, the woman that's abusing her husband, all the anarchy, the fighting and all of that, they're gonna tell you, I love this person. I love them. I want to be with them. But all of this disharmony, this dysfunction is going on in their life. Hello. Yeah, the real Cockney. What's up, bro? So I want to ask you a question. Why do you think that is? Drop some comments in there. Why do you think that is? I'm saying, what's love got to do with it? And there's so much fighting. We want to be right. And there's so much warfare involved in our relationships. And we say that we love the person. What's going on with that?
He loves you too.
Thank you, Rose. I want us to kind of just share and talk. Someone come in. Do we have anyone who wants to come in today and have some comments about this? Or do you just want me to ramble on and break stuff down? What do you prefer? Let me know.
Go on, ramble on and break stuff down.
Let me know. I could share with you my findings with love.
Share your findings.
My discoveries over the years.
Some people need drama.
Some people need drama.
That's all they know.
Okay.
That's true. Do you mean drama in the relationship or when they're with their spouse together? Come on.
Talking about in relationships.
Oh, in a relationship.
What's your experience, Victoria? You feel that you've experienced a loving relationship? Tomorrow Bear's laughing.
Why are you so loved up today, Raz?
Charlotte's got her hands up. Charlotte, talk to me then. Is there any requests? No? Oh, we got shy listeners in today.
Someone says share away, please.
Okay, I'm gonna share away then. Someone says share away. Victoria is laughing.
Let's go, share away.
where do I start? We got ideas, don't we, when we go into relationships?
Yes,
we got
we
our
do.
ideas about how the relationship should be. What's an ideal relationship to us? And I don't think we actually
Picture.
I'll go and get a shave when I want to get my hair off, my friend. It's our interpretation of love. Okay, good. So imagine when you're with somebody, you got expectations that they are gonna know what you need or your understanding of love is. Do we have these conversations with people that we like, that we want to be with, or do we just kind of feel that attraction and just jump straight in and we go with the emotions without having those really important conversations and communicate with our mind so we can understand where we're coming from?
No,
Some people can't look after themselves, so got nothing for a relationship. Okay, so some people go into a relationship with nothing to offer. That's what you're saying, yeah?
That's true.
You're working with purpose at women. Oh, you brought somebody else in. Yes, Dawn, bring them in.
No, she's
bring
already,
them in.
that's Rachel.
Some people can't look after themselves. Okay, so I'm saying that, do we just go into relationships based on our feelings? That's okay with you. I'll get you on, Mr. Motivator. Are you gonna tell us about how you got into it? Because I want us to be real. I'm being real here online about my relationship. Shall I share with you a little bit about my relationship with Daz and how that built up? Because I was building a relationship based on pure communication, not so much
materialistic things, more of their expectations are in the gutter.
So listen, I built up my relationship with Daz because we talked a lot. Okay, and I know in the early stages of relationships, everyone could not, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people testified to this. We used to talk till all hours of the morning, you know, what happened to that? And we call that the honeymoon period, don't we? So why doesn't that continue? You know, why doesn't that continue? What's going on with us? Why that doesn't continue? So something tells you too high, unrealistic in some relationships.
Can I be honest? When I met you, Mark, I didn't have any expectations whatever, because first of all, I didn't meet you to be with you. I was your friend.
Mine the same.
And I was happy to be your friend.
I did not see, in fact, guys, it's the honest truth, when I met Daz, she was with her friend, and she was allowing her friend to stay at her house because her friend had some issues. She was helping her out, and her friend had a child, so she had her 3 boys, her friend's child, and her friend at her premises. And the little boy was saying, "Pop round, come round," and then the friend said, "Yeah, you could pop round if you," because during our conversation, they discovered who I was. I was beginning to train to make a comeback in the ring at 2012, and they said, "Well, anytime you don't have anything, just pop over. We'll support you. We'll help you out. Give you some food." And them time, man was broke, yeah. So I didn't tell them I was broke, but I was just getting through day by day, and it was like, okay, that's really nice of you guys, but I didn't go. And I didn't go because I was at a stage in my life where I didn't want to get into nothing with any women. I didn't want to. I just wanted to be in my little 1-room flat and build up my life, do my boxing, and see if I could build up KPF. And what happened is that I felt safe when I did pop round there. Eventually, I felt safe. I didn't feel like they wanted something. I didn't want something from them. So it was a safe ground to be on. So I just thought, I can pop round there, eat food. We had a laugh. I'll be pooping in their yard, you know, because I ain't trying to impress no one. I was just being me in the house, and I was just being real, and we got on.
And we were being real because
Yeah.
we weren't bothered about our hair needs to be done.
Yeah.
I need to put this on.
That's it.
You come run rags and our hair was all nappy and out
Yeah,
and
that's
afro,
right.
and we didn't care. We
Yeah.
just sit and chilled. We cook and we ate and we chat
Yeah.
forever
Innit?
and ever
That's right.
and ever.
And then what would happen is, what happened over time, I'd talk to her sometimes all the way to the gym, and maybe all the way. I remember one time we talked and I missed my station or something, innit? And I said, where am I, Daz? How do I get back? I must have, did I drop asleep or something?
No. You called me that you fell asleep. I was actually already sleeping.
Oh, wow.
And that you missed your stop, and you called me because you were coming from the gym.
Yeah, I didn't know how to get
And
back.
then I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, why is this guy waking me up? But then I thought, oh, crap, okay, you don't know where you are.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to tell you how to get back. And all the way back, you spoke to me. And I had work in the morning, Mark.
Oh, and her work was like 5 o'clock rise up. So yeah, we talked a lot, and the talking wasn't like, oh, I'm talking to a girl I want to be with. I'm talking to a girl, we're going to get to, Raz, please, you're hurting me.
No, it was nothing like that. No, it was nothing like that.
And Daz, she was just a genuine friend.
Just being real, yeah, just a good friend, yeah.
And it grew from there. And I think one day she saw me, because one day I kind of saw her, and one day she, but come on, you have to tell it, we have to keep it real. One day she knocked at my house, and when I opened the door, I'm just really rags and raw, and I think, did I have my boxes on or something?
You had a pair of shorts on.
I had a pair of shorts
I remember.
on. And I remember when I looked in her eyes, I said, oh, I haven't seen that look before. You looked a bit hungry. Her eyes was like, who's this dude? So, for those that just joined, we're talking about love, we're talking about relationships. It's that day, isn't it? So basically, even though her eyes went like that, I laughed that day.
Cheeky laugh as well.
Yeah, I laughed because I saw what I saw and I knew what I saw. And I was like, damn, maybe our
and then Victoria calling me thirsty. He was the thirsty one.
Normal friendship is over, because she's seen me now. But yeah, obviously it got there in the end. But we had a lot of growing to do, a lot of learning. Yeah. I was her, I'd had a relationship, a marriage that I'd had. I didn't realize how damaged goods I was. Dad had been in a relationship, she got to realize that she'd been hurt from that relationship. A lot of people are bouncing from relationship to relationship, and they're not spending much time with themselves to bring value to themselves, to get to know themselves. So when they are ready and they do want to be with somebody, they know that they're a whole individual. They're not broken bits expecting other people to fix them.
Because
I was expecting the love to fix everything.
I was with my children for 5 years on our own before I met you, Mark.
Yeah.
5 years.
Didn't buy it.
So for me, I learned a lot about myself.
No, Stevie. Jeremy helped me. Jeremy Lynch helped me. Don't watch that. Go on, bruv.
So I learned a lot about myself in those 5 years being away from someone, and was just focusing on my children, my own self-development, my spiritual life, and my career. So I wasn't interested in anyone else, but
once you got together, it starts revealing stuff.
Yeah, so you thought you've worked on certain stuff, but what I believe is that you can work on as much as you can, but it takes the other person to complete it.
Yeah, and bring out
the other bit, because those bits can't show unless you have a partner next to you.
Yeah.
It will still be hidden until that person come along.
That's correct. Like, you might think, I'm calm now, I'm cool, things don't bother me.
But that's
then
because
when you're
not
with
in
a partner,
yes.
they could bring certain challenges to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria, I totally agree. They bring certain challenges to you, and then you find out whether
I need to work on that area, so that wasn't sorted. Yes.
That's right.
So that's what I had with you.
We have various stuff. Look, I'm just gonna be real about it. Like, I was very cagey. It took me a while first to actually, because I was scared to commit to a proper relationship. Okay, I was scared to commit to a proper relationship. So I was enjoying a little bit of what you get from a relationship without
the
100% commitment.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I tried to do. But knowing that she had qualities, this is what a lot of guys are doing. That's why a lot of good women out there end up being hurt. Because the guy hasn't he hasn't manned up enough to look at himself and see what he needs to pattern himself up and change as a man so he can honor that woman. And I want to say sorry to the women that ever went anywhere near me and messed with me. I've said sorry to them already anyway, but just keeping it real men recognize when they've hurt other people. We all hurt people.
Yeah.
And they have to go back and say, do you know what? Here's where my mindset was at the time. I'm sorry. I was in this way of thinking. My thing wasn't about trying to hurt you. I was never about that. And it came to a point where when Daz came into my life, I looked at it and thought, I don't want to keep this cycle going. And the foundation of my cycle was fear. I was fearful to go into a relationship, so I kept telling myself I'm doing this on my own. But doing what alone? I had lots of love to give, and I wanted to give that, and I wanted to make someone happy, and I knew that I had a lot to offer from being with somebody, and I wanted to give that. I'm a giver, so I wanted to give that love. And I had to stand in the mirror and say, look, boy, stop being like a scared little boy and tackle these fears.
But I think what really happened is, Mark, is that I wouldn't allow you to continue like that. I didn't allow you.
So that really helps.
That really helped.
When a woman,
I did not allow. I said, okay, that's it.
Has
stop.
boundaries.
Like, stop. No.
I think men get away with doing stuff because women don't say, look, I know you're feeling me, or we wouldn't be doing this, and I know I'm feeling you, but I can't allow myself to give myself to you when you haven't allowed yourself to give yourself to me. And women give, I'm talking about good women. I'm not talking about women with no morals. I'm talking about people that's got morals here. Men and women with morals, they want to do the right thing. And the right thing is a commitment to a relationship to do with you and that person. Not nobody else involved. Not when you have an argument and things go wrong, you say, I done this, I went to somebody else because you upset me. It's not about that. A committed relationship is when you work things out. Yeah, hurting people do hurt people, bro. So that's what I've been doing in my life, and that's what had to change. That's why I can teach young people about that.
What's his name?
Who's
Motivator.
that?
He said something earlier on that people have to choose what type of relationship they want. I knew that I didn't want to be in a relationship where someone is not going to be totally committed to me.
Yeah.
That was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of wasting my time? I haven't got time to waste. I've got 3 children I need to bring up. Yeah. There has to be some stability in my life. There has to be accountability, as he says, commitment. Yeah. So I thought of my children. I saw that, okay, this is good. This is what we need, a foundation, a mother and a father. The children are there. So your children are bracketed in and you're safe. Yeah. But when the commitment wasn't coming in, I was like, nah, I ain't wasting my time no more. Done this.
Like, do you know what, ladies? I need to tell you this,
As much as I loved you and I wanted to be, I was not willing to compromise that.
Yeah.
I wasn't not compromising that.
What is that about? Isn't that about you valuing yourself?
Yes. Yeah. Value myself totally.
See, you cannot go into a relationship and have expectations of your partner that you haven't met. You want your partner to value you, but have you valued yourself?
Yeah.
What have you done to show your partner that you are of great value and that they need to respect who you are as a person? Then you can go, and I'm going to bring you in, bruv. I'm going to bring you in, Motivator. I just want to get this out with this little journey with me and my wife, because there's so much in it that people can understand for themselves. And I respected Daz's whole aims of life, and I knew that she realized that she was dealing with somebody of value, but I just needed to deal with my own fears and my own issues. And that was really important. And we've all got issues, and we've all got fears.
Yeah.
But we want to run into a relationship just because the person makes us, he or she meets this criteria of making us feel good.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay? And sometimes when we end up falling out of love, it's not because you've fell out of love. It's because the person isn't doing what they originally done that made you feel good in the first place.
That's it, Isha. People treat you how you treat yourself. Absolutely. Bang
Listening, okay? So what we do, we spoil our relationships. We cease to do the things that we used to do in the beginning that made our partner smile. So let me do something really basic. You dated this girl, or this girl's with you, and the guys, if you like to receive love, and in a tactical manner, hugs, kisses, stuff like that, little gifts, roses, things like that, then if that really makes you feel loved up, then how do you think you're going to continue making your other half feel loved up? Isn't it by doing the same thing that got her in that state in the first place? So I read this book called The Five Love Languages.
I recommend that book.
Go and get the book. Five Love Languages. Yeah, it's a brilliant book. It teaches you that people have different languages that they speak in love and the way that they receive and give love. And if you don't understand your partner's love language, it may be communicating. They're not too hot on roses and stuff like that, but they need time. They need your time to be able to chat to you, and they don't like when you don't find any time for them. You don't want to listen to them. And if that's how you got them when you began, they were under the impression that this is the person because they like to engage and communicate. They met those needs.
Yeah.
So when the person changed and life got challenging, you got together, you're in the house, you're busy doing stuff, and those things cease to be the object and the focus, then what's going to happen to your love? You feel like you're not in love with this person, and somebody else comes along, starts chatting your love language, and you think, yes, this is the person.
And then you drift
over
that side.
To the other person when nothing was wrong with your relationship. You needed to discuss and understand what was happening. And the book does help. So please get the book if you guys are interested in really improving your relationships, understanding yourself, and being able to grow together. So for me,
and I think what I've learned is that you have to be willing to want the relationship to work. If you're both not willing to let this relationship work, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Because you are gonna have disagreements, you're gonna have arguments, you're gonna have misunderstanding. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
But as long as you want the relationship to work, you will find a way to work through things.
5 Love Languages. Thank you so much, Anne. I was thinking about people who are in a situation where they say, the way my relationship began was all wrong. The way I got into it was all wrong. And I'd say that's why it doesn't work. That's why it's never going to work. But I'd say to you, that's like me allowing a young child to say, or me using the excuse of, my life started all wrong. I started in the ghetto. I had no mum. I was abused. My dad was an alcoholic, and all the worst stories that you can create. If you say that, then you're saying that your past defines your future. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's completely wrong.
Because you have evidence upon evidence to demonstrate that is wrong. I'm a starting of the story. Run away from home at 15. Read the Prince OBE. You'll see all in there. It just slaps that in the face. That it's irrelevant. You'll start. You could start your relationship all wrong, but you can have it the best relationship in the world.
That's
How
right.
do you do that? Because you sit down and you start deciding what it is you both want out of this relationship.
Can't get it unless you communicate it.
That's right. Yes, Dr. Motivator. Fire flames in the place. Fire up the place, because we have to understand how powerful this is, and that we could be in marriages and relationships that are dead, that we could set fire to it. You could be having the relationship of your life that looks so dead and boring. But I'll tell you this, it's because you've both allowed it to go dead and boring. And if you say, yeah, but it's him, and if he says, yeah, but it's her, then I'll tell you what, start setting the precedent of how things need to be in the future. So we can teach people how to treat us. Did you know that? We could teach people by how we behave, how to treat us. Women teach men that all the time.
We do it
how
all
to treat
the
me.
time.
Listen, if this guy leaves you stood up, if this guy tells you he's gonna holler you and he don't, if this guy, it just comes round and he wants to sex you down in the yard, then he's off. If this guy shows red flags and you let it go time and time again, how are you gonna sit there and blame on men are all dogs? But you're letting the dog in.
Exactly.
You could leave the dog outside and let him shit up on somebody else's doorstep. Why are you letting the dog in your yard? Why are you perpetuating this cycle? And then once you ask yourself that question, then you realize, wow, this isn't about them.
Exactly.
This is about me. I need to focus on me, and I need to focus on what's going on in my mind. What are my limiting beliefs that are allowing somebody else to treat me in this way? And you can't tell, but I love him. What does that mean? What's
What
love
I've
got to do with it? It is not
Doesn't mean
a
anything.
word. Love is an action. You have to action it. I can't tell my kids repeatedly how much I love them, but when it's time for the fridge to go in the fridge and eat some food, there ain't no food up in there, because I don't love them enough to break my balls to go out there to get the money in, to do whatever I have to do, cleaning, whatever the low down job is. I'm willing to do it because I love my kids. That's it. Period. Okay? So whatever I need to do to save my marriage, to make peace, I need to get rid of my ego. I need to sort out my abruptive way of speaking, my always putting the other person down, my always not giving you a chance to speak. I want to speak over you. Come on, give me a witness, wave up in here if you understand where I'm coming from and what I'm saying. Because we all got stuff that we need to change to make our relationship with our spouse better, make our relationship with our mum better, our dad, our children, all of it. Love is an action. Isn't that the truth?
That's the truth. So you taught me about you by showing me that you like, when we have an argument, you like to talk about it and communicate. I'm like, don't want to talk to you. But you never stopped. You always keep going, let's talk about it, let's talk about it. You're always really gentle at that time.
Yeah.
And it annoys the hell out of me. It's like, what is wrong with this guy, man? We're arguing, let's just argue and stop this trying to friend me up thing.
Come on, women. You know that you like to, you don't want to talk to your spouse.
Hold on to it,
the
you
malice.
know. Hold the malice, like.
So the difference.
But
Go on,
I envied you so much.
Okay.
Like, how does he do that? I want to be able to do that. I want to talk to him back. But boy, it was hard. But you know what? I tried and I tried. Even though sometimes it don't work, but I'm getting better at it.
Definitely.
I'm getting so much better.
Definitely.
Because that's something I saw in you that I thought, how the hell did he do that? Because what it is, I think it's a mindset we take on as women, that we're supposed to hold on to something.
And maybe that's a weapon.
It is a weapon.
Guys, is his strength.
Yeah, it's a weapon.
My mouth and the way
Yes,
that she
I think it's also a weapon.
doing
Yes, it is a weapon that we use. So never go to sleep on an argument. That is true. But when the time comes, you need to remember to implement that. I'm telling you, it's hard.
It's hard.
It is hard.
Listen,
but
for
I'm
me,
trying. I'm trying that.
For me, my thing is, because even if you discipline yourself not to argue, if you do get into an argument, it's about letting it go. Because how important is it? I want to be right. That's just like, forget that one, because is it really worth it? So to create beef, I'm right, but no one's talking in the house. you're right, you won the argument, but there's no peace and love in the house.
Yeah.
And what happened to me is I learned a massive lesson from burying 2 of my children. One was stillbirth and the other one was Kyan, as most people know. So what happened then, I realized after Kyan got killed, what's important? And then all these stuff that you would normally argue about, I didn't have it in me to be fighting and arguing about. So I thought, wait a minute, this is gonna go away after a while. I wanna keep this. I wanna own this mindset, and I wanna live in this mindset, this new way of thinking that death brings. Come on, give me a wave if you've experienced what grief and death teaches you.
Yep.
Because grief and death will teach you that all the stuff you want to win, argue about, that you're chasing in life, where's the real importance and value on it? I'm not saying things have no value. I'm not saying your aspiration, your goals have no value. I'm saying when they begin to take over and they begin to impact on your relationships in a negative way, they begin to turn you into a money-driven, aims-driven, goals-driven person where you're not present anymore, where you're not recognizing the impact of how you're feeling on other people, the impact that you're making on other people's lives, then there's a real problem there. It becomes a real issue, and you can't tell me you're living life and enjoying life in the rich way that you really want to.
You don't.
Because when you're doing that, they would be enjoying you.
Exactly.
And you would be enjoying you. And there's so many of us that's in this cycle that needs to get broken. And I see loads of hands going up. Charlotte's clapping. Forgiveness and love are the most powerful things to do, which is why they're the hardest things to do. Very true.
Agreed with that.
And I'll tell you something.
Totally.
Here's another thing that's helped me to be able to deal with disagreements in my relationship. I look at my wife and I say, because we got this way of thinking that the other person, how could they think like that? How could they do that? And we forget that we're the same. There might be another subject, but we create the same problems. We're all very much the same. Like, you cut us open, heart's over there, lungs over there, kidneys over there. We're very much the same way, emotionally, physically. Our makeup's the same. We're all a mess. We're all messed up to some way or another.
Yeah, that's
so if we stop thinking more about, if we stop thinking more of ourselves than we should, then we begin to see other people like we see ourselves. I'm not going to think too much of myself. Oh, P, oh yeah, bruv, you're all that. You got it all together. You're always calm. No one's always nothing. I'm always this, I'm always good. I'm not like you. I don't do that. I say, what's wrong? I don't do that. I don't behave like that. So that's a brownie point. So we want to win this dispute now because I don't do that and you do it. But there's things we do that they don't do. So then with that mindset, I'm able to remind myself that, wait a minute, I don't want to be judge and jury here over my wife. I need her to be compassionate towards me. I will and I have messed up. So in the future, I'm probably going to mess up again. So I'm not messing up my foundation of how we're together. I'm just messing up because I'm being me. And sometimes being me might be, I'm just not listening. I'm just being ignorant at that moment. And I'm not hearing what you've got to say. And I'm just talking over you. And I might be doing that at the moment. But that, I'm hoping that she, as my wife, could understand that my husband's is only human. Like, do you know what? We love each other. We need to be doing the right thing to demonstrate that love for each other. So let me go up and let him know that it's all right, baby. I got you. Let me just do something to piece it out. So recently, me and my wife was going at it. And I went off, we were going at it. We was in here doing that work. We were working, we work close together. So I went out the house and I went into the office. And when I was in the office, there was, sometimes you go away, but you're not gone nowhere. You might as well have stayed there because text is going on, voice messaging, yeah. So all that's going on. And then all of a sudden, I burst out laughing.
Yeah, that's because I tell you, you can stop your foolishness. Like,
All of a
hello.
sudden, yeah, I saw the folly in what was going on. And I thought, suppose I just laugh this off. And I just said, what did I say to you? When I come home, I'm gonna do something.
Give me a good spanking.
Yeah, that's it. I wanna give you a good spanking. And it totally changed everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes we gotta come out of ourselves and look at ourselves and see the foolishness of our ways. And we don't wanna do that. We don't wanna do that. Where you gone? Well, we're not going anywhere, Les. Go ahead, bro.
Sure.
Our ways, we're so driven and it's like we got blinkers on. We can't see no one but ourselves, yeah? And it causes us to just stay in fight mode.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be in fight mode. I was having a great day with my missus, and it's important that throughout the day we treat each other nice, because when you go to bed at night, whether you're going to have some good old razzle dazzle or not, you are able to communicate, have nice chats. I love chats in the bed, don't I, babe?
Yeah, Mark, you're
Love having chats.
always chatting.
Yeah, because loads is revealed. You get to talk to each other about what was going on in your mind with different things, because the issue here is we don't really reveal those thoughts that go on in our head. Come on, somebody.
And that's something
Tell
that
the
we
truth.
vowed to do with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell your partner the stuff that you don't open your mouth and say. What you were thinking at the time when this and that was going on. You know, talk about that. You know, say to them, well, when that was going, I was thinking that you're a complete twat. You know, to be thinking that. And, you know, whatever it is, you know, just be open and honest, because then you could like really we've been finding out things with each other years later, and said, really, is that what's going through your head at the time?
Yep.
What was the latest one? Can you remember one?
Keep talking, I'll try to remember one.
Yeah, because I think that's and it comes so authentically, these conversations, they're so authentic that you didn't plan it, but if you wasn't in that space to create that conversation, then it would never happen. Okay, so give yourself that space. Demonstrate that love, where whatever you're disagreeing on is not so important that you have to win.
Okay.
A wife wears earplugs till I came in, laughing at being defeated. My wife. That is too funny, Steve. That is too funny. A wife wears earplugs, you know, until I give in, laughing at being defeated. Awesome, bro. Give in, bro. It ain't worth it. It really hasn't. And what's really lovely is when you're hugging and then all of a sudden all the other stuff is not important. Yes, preach it. Yes, Rob, I will preach it. And I'll even go as far as saying that Jesus told us that the way that we are going to recognize that you're one of his children is the way you love each other. I want to stop for a minute and deep that. He never said the way you're going to realize you're one of my children if you belong to this denomination, if you do this on a weekly basis, if you are a nice kind person. He said the way that you love each other is going to demonstrate that you're one of my children. So let's go deep now. Yeah? Now, there's a relationship that the murderer of Cain has, unfortunately, with Cain, because he connected with him like this. He connected with me from the pain of what he's done. So God is saying to us, how are you going to deal with this? How are you going to show love to your enemy? Because that's how I recognize you're one of my children. So the reason why I made the decision to do what I'd done in the end was because my relationship with God was more important than what I wanted to do. So that's why I'm saying, what's love got to do with it? because I done something that I didn't feel like doing.
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying I love God. Well, show it to me then. Do you think you could just go around, many people going, I love God, I'll do this and I'll do that. But when it comes down to it, do you demonstrate it by just doing what God is asking us to do as his children, which is love your enemy, love the people that are difficult to love, be kind and still treat the person good despite if they need something, would you still give it to them, or would you say, good, you ain't got it, that'll teach you? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's deep, because it's easy to treat people with love who we love.
Yeah.
It's easy to treat our family members, even if they're not our best friends, even if they're not our favorite. We could still do nice things for them because they're family. But here's the test. Here is the real test. Can you do something for someone?
No, you don't.
Can you speak nicely and show love to someone who hasn't shown you none? This is why people like Martin Luther stand out. He goes on to another level. I heard a story, I don't know how true it is, where a white man spat in his face. And Martin Luther must have went like this, licked it and said, now we're brothers. I ain't going to that extreme, but he demonstrated that, listen, bro, there's nothing you can do that can change my love for you. Wow. And as a representative of God and as his child, I have to share that same message. It's a very difficult message, because I've been trying for years now to get to see Hannah to have a conversation. I think we deserve to see this conversation happen, because people need to see forgiveness in action. And here's the deal. How can you, as someone, say, I love my partner, but then when they upset you and do wrong, you let a day, you let a week, you let a month go by where you aren't feeling them and you don't want to treat them the same, you don't want to make their dinners, you don't want to be nice to them, you don't want to let off no panani, he don't want to give you no things. Like, what is the deal here? Like, seriously. Martin is a G, that's so much strength. Yeah. Obviously that was a typo. It's not Martin, I know that, Rob. It just typed it in Martin. So I know you're saying Mark's a G. It's all good, bro. I totally understand the difficulty of doing this. And the reason why I can say to you that I'm able to do this is because of I relate to God, is because I speak to him and I say, listen, this is really hard. I want to kill this guy. So what you need to do is place in me that level of love, because there's different types of love. There's agape love. There's different types, and look it up and read on it. And there's a kind of love that breaks past all this physical touchy-feely. It's deep. Okay, so we have to be able to love on all levels, and many of us need to work on that. But here's where the work begins. It begins at home with your dad that you're holding a grievance with. It begins at home with your mum that you haven't forgiven because they've done this and they've done that. It begins with your brother and your sister that you may not be talking to, your mum and dad you may not be talking. It begins with your partner you don't like the way they flex, or you're still with them and they've cheated on you, but you're still with them and you haven't forgiven them. It begins there, guys. That's it. Let's start really forget the word love that's been sold on our screens, that's being sold to the public through the media, and let's deal with the word love that comes from your creator, that's telling you this is real love.
That's it.
It's not just a feeling. He's given us emotions and feelings for a reason, so we have them, it goes with it, but that isn't what love is. It isn't just that feeling. It's something that you do on a regular basis. Love without reason. Great. So I'm going to expand on that love without reason.
That's
okay?
Agape love.
So let me share something with you.
Agape.
Let me share something with you. This is really deep, yeah? So say to your partner, why do you love me? And I'm telling you something, be very afraid if they answer you.
Oh, yes.
Be very afraid when they answer you and say, well, I love you because you do this for me, or you're so kind, or you do that. Here's why. You're thinking right now, what is Prince chatting about? Here's why. Because you know, if that reason freezes,
or fall away,
if that reason for some reason doesn't happen anymore, I can assure you the love that they have for you goes with it. Because they love you for a reason. We need to love people for no reason. And I had to learn that with my wife. Like, you know what? Bunda. No reason.
No reason.
No reason.
So that means we're willing to deal with whatever issue we have to deal
Deal
with.
with whatever I've got to deal with.
Why is Raz taking this up? We have to deal with whatever we have because we haven't got a reason. There's no expectations or anything at all like that. So
Stevie's busting up. Stevie, what bit are you busting up at? Charlotte said amen.
That's it. So we have to love without
Love
condition.
can be ugly and it's a war at times.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. It is.
Yes,
it
is
isn't
something.
just this film stuff on TV, romance and love, because people are trying to live into that idea. Women, girls.
Stevie said I might put the earplugs in and ask.
Even if you don't talk to your brother, let the pain go. Yeah, let the pain go. Let him go. And let your brother know that you've let the pain go. So you have to let him know. So at some point you have to communicate, because a part of the communicating is a part of the process of letting the pain go is communicating.
That's it.
That's a part of so there's no escape.
You have to communicate.
You can't escape it. Oh, I'm not going to talk to you, but I've let it go. How'd you let it go? How'd you let it go? What'd you do? What was the process of you letting it go? Because there's a process to everything. So you share that with me, bro. How you going to let it go and there's no conversation being had? Laughing now, no, we all good now. Oh, we all good now, yeah? Cool. Well, 100% bitterness traps you. It certainly does trap you. This whole love saga, what's the time, sweetheart?
Oh yeah, got by the time. Oh, 6 minutes to. Oh
wow. Oh wow, that went quick. That is the quickest hour ever. The quickest. Is this going to be saved? I missed the beginning.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. We saved this straight away. Okay, guys.
And then you can find it on our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, on our YouTube. Please, guys, everyone, I'm gonna need at least 1,000 subscribers so I can go live on YouTube. So please help me out, guys. Share this. I need 1,000 subscribers. Obviously, I want a lot more, but I can't do any lives until I get to 1,000, and I'm on probably about 500 at the moment. So help me out with this. We're starting a podcast next month. Okay, the podcast is proper. Okay, it's all about life's journeys, and I'll bring in loads of different guests, some great guests. Okay, obviously we got Harry on, but we got some other awesome guests. I don't want to tell you now. I want you to see all the promotion and the stuff that we're doing on the back of it. Please stop it, Raz. I really need your support on this podcast to get it out, share it. The people that love what we're doing, please help us. Please, dude.
Come, Raz, come. Come, Baba. I'm not playing, just come.
He's like a vicious eagle seeking his prey, seeking who he can devour, and he's after my earlobes. So, guys, I'm requesting your support. Okay, so that's number one. YouTube channel, Dr. Mark Prince OBE. Hopefully during the week or today, I should see a lot more people just subscribing, anticipating this wonderful podcast that is coming your way. I really want to share people's life's journey with everybody so they can see another side to celebrities, another side to high profile people that they may not talk about and it's only in the news. Okay?
I live with anger daily and it destroys you.
Yes.
I live with wanting revenge every day. It's no good.
Good. So you could
Not
do with
good.
No, I'm saying good for expressing.
Oh.
So you can now share with myself in DM me, because obviously you don't want to do it on a platform like this so open. You can share with me and I'll take you through a process, because everything's about a strategy, isn't it? I'll take you through the process of being able to deal with the anger that you're holding on to. Okay, guys? Okay, I've done my life coaching, I've done all the work that needs to get done. I've been educated and knowledgeable in strategies in dealing with emotion, because we haven't been taught emotional intelligence. Does anyone remember that subject at school?
Yeah,
No,
right.
because they
It
never
wasn't at
had
school.
it. They never taught us how to handle ourselves emotionally.
Babe, I think
only to go and get a 9 to 5 job.
I think that our emotional intelligence has a big part to play in our relationships as well.
Massive.
Yeah, because a lot of times we're actually not dealing with the problem, but we're bringing over emotion to the other person.
That's correct.
Instead of dealing with what's actually going on.
Dealing with what's going on. So correct. Some other shout outs. Now, here, guys, I'm shocked. Now, everyone on this platform must be either doing really well, they're in jobs, and they're not struggling with anything. And if that's so, please can you all share this with somebody else who does need a job? Because you might not want one, but there's loads of people that do. And here's another issue that I found with this job thing that I've been putting out. Is that there's so many lazy people out there. Oh my gosh. So parents, I need to share this with you right now. Okay, so here's the experience so far I've had. I'm going to tell you straight. We've told parents about your kids being at home, your children at home, doing nothing, go and get jobs, yeah? We've got the jobs. Holler at us. We've got you don't have to go into a job. You might want to start up a business and you've got an idea. Now, with the idea, babe, get rid of Raz.
Okay, come Razbaz, that's enough. Enough playing.
What's happened is the jobs are there, but what happens is the mums are telling their boys or whoever's ringing my brother, and the feedback is my brother is in shock. The people are calling. They don't even know what to say. They don't have basic skills.
So maybe we should do
Basic
that.
communication skills from young people is lacking. And I'm saying this, parents, please, ask your children, do a role play. Say, I'd like to know if you have enough communication skills to know how to call around for jobs, to know how to speak to the public, to sell yourself so they'll want you. They'll need you, or someone with value like you. Parents, please do this at home. The report I'm getting back is like, these young people are like, yeah, well, I don't remember, my mum said something. They don't even know what to say. Why would someone want to employ someone who doesn't have basic communication skills?
Ain't it, my girl? The struggle is real, boy.
You guys are saying, oh, maths, English, all this, I'm not good at this. Okay, well, why don't you spend some time improving your social skills? Come off the phone. Come off the games. Get your social skills improved. You've come out into the big wide world. There's no teachers to give you detention. What are you going to do? You think your parents are going to keep you at home all your life? Well, many of them are. But you think that this is the way you should be living. Just cotching at mums because there's breakfast to get. Cotching in your bedroom. Where don't you have dreams and aspirations to have your own room, to buy the things you want, do the things you want. Have some ambition, young people. There are elders who are in the same cycle and who are not getting up and demonstrating that they want more out of their life.
That's so true.
Start from somewhere. I wanted to announce all the different jobs. I ain't even gonna bother. I'm saying, if you're serious, please contact me. Please, there are so many opportunities. You've got entrepreneurs looking to train you if you've got a great idea and you want to turn it into a business. Young people, your mind should be full of ideas.
Yeah, because you're
you
young.
could start this business.
Yeah, man.
You can do this. So please contact me. Okay? I've been working so hard to get this food bank going. It's way harder than I thought. But have I given up? No. So you're going to find young people and all those that are trying to break cycles that this is harder than you thought. Please do not throw in the towel and say the usual word, oh, this is so hard. Everything that's worth doing is hard. The most difficult thing is the waiting, is the process that you have to go through. And I know people are listening here that understand what I'm telling you. The process is where you are finding difficulties. Go with the process. I'm telling you, if you don't have the strength of you saying, I can't handle this, I can't do this, well, ask God for some help. I'm going to tell you right now, that's where my helper is. God can help you and will. Ignore all the rubbish messages out there that have taught us from a childhood. You come from a monkey 1 billion years ago, and this is how we've evolved. Your evolving comes from your life that you live now. You need to evolve in your relationships, become better people, evolve in your career and your business. That's where evolving came from. Evolve, you evolve as individuals. But God has made you as a woman, He's made you as a man, He's given you great purpose, and He's given you the capacity to connect with Him so you can love other people. We can change the way that we live as individuals. We've been given that authority. We haven't been given the authority to take lives, get revenge, do hurtful things. We've been given the authority to love and look out for each other. God can, He will. Yes, Mr. Motivator. Can I just introduce you to Mr. Motivator? Because my guy is really intent on developing his career as a motivational speaker. So I just want you to say hello to him. I want you to follow him, to support him, and just to help him in his career, because I'm all about supporting and helping people that are trying, yes, darling, that are trying to do something in life. Give us 5 minutes before we sign off, guys. And please let me get all the messages in after this. Mr. Motivate, my man. So I brought in my guy because he really believes, and this is what young people need, and this is what we need as older people. We need to believe in ourselves.
Yep.
Believe, because imagine if you ain't got no belief in yourself. How do you expect others to believe in you?
Wow.
Okay? And I respect Motivator because he believes in himself. And I'm just giving him the spotlight to say, Motivator, let the people know why they should support someone like you who's doing what you're doing.
First of all, let me say thank you, man. Mark, we have a relationship ongoing for some years now, and I see your work and it's phenomenal. Continue to do your thing, man.
No doubt.
Let me just say, love is the reason why I do what I do. And I didn't even know about personal development / motivational speaking when I started this journey. All I did was start to love myself after going through a broken heart and giving myself to a woman 6 years engaged to be married. And then on my birthday, she told me she wanted to be as free as a bird. And it changed my trajectory. It made me start looking at love and wondering to myself, what was this about? Is love real? Does it actually exist? And you said something very beautiful today. Oh, you said many things very beautiful today about loving without reason. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. You said it so quickly. They might hear it. It will fall on the ground. But we hope that it will give fruit. Give birth and growth. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, and I say this to everybody that is listening, is that you have to make a decision to what type of relationship you want. What relationships you want around you. So I'm an entrepreneur, and I realize that a lot of people have a lot of people around them that is not entrepreneurs, and they're working on this dream or working on this goal, and they're wondering why are they stuck, because all the people around their circle that's very close to them, they don't want to be entrepreneurs. They're just draining them and stopping them and blocking them from becoming entrepreneurs. So they feel stuck. There are people that are single and they want relationship, marriage, or until death do us part, or maybe just fun. And the thing about it is, in their circle, they have nobody that are showing them how to have relationships. So to get married, how does it work? What does it do? And I remember when I went through the transformation, I started by loving myself. I started to really focus on who I am as an individual. And I say this with all respect for every human being that wants relationships or want a relationship to say they have a relationship for the sake of it, is that you have to stop wasting your time. I think Des, your missus said it.
Does, yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Said, it's just where you have to make that decision that I'm not going to waste my life no more. I'm not going to waste my time with trying to find a relationship with somebody that is not doing nothing for me. It's not holding me accountable. It's not watching my growth. It's not pouring into me. It's not building me to get me to a next level where I can get what I want out of this relationship. And
So doesn't that mean that those things you just said, those are the things that you're delivering into the relationship yourself?
that's right. That's right.
And then you realize that, okay, this is where not two can't walk together if we don't agree.
That's
There you,
it.
there you
So
go.
you're realizing that you're in agreement to give value to this individual's life, but you realize that they aren't agreeing to do this in your life.
There you
And
go.
that's when the relationships don't work.
100%.
When two don't agree.
You can't walk together unless you agree.
But you know, I want to say this because today's, you know, they talk about Valentine's and stuff. I remember, and you said something. I want to really bring this to the surface again. The world sells false love, and I really want people to understand this. The whole everyday holding hands, chocolates, long walks. Hello. I thank God every day. I've been married now 7 years, and 8 years coming around the corner. And one thing I realized, the most beautiful part of love is actually when the arguments come. It's actually when you are actually challenging each other and you disagree on that particular thing. And then the beautiful thing is watching it come together, and then you realize, hey, I was wrong, you know, and then you seen it surfacing, and then as you say, Mark, you have to look back at it and just laugh.
That's it. That's
you just
right.
have to laugh.
Bro,
So-
let me tell you something, yeah? Every single disagreement, like I'm talking about the serious ones, not the little silly ones that you just pass, but even there's something in them, but every single real disagreement I've had, it's made me and Daz closer. You know, those incidents might have come to make us separate and break us up, but it's actually worked to bring us closer together
100%.
and have greater understanding. So sometimes we think in our head, oh, we don't see it eye to eye, but work it out. And then you'll see that you'll see eye to eye even better than you did before.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So the purpose in the disagreement, if you seek that purpose.
100%. I said I'm just trying to play back everything, but there's
beautiful.
a lot of people that be watching this live on replay or possibly now.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lady that said, I'm single, I'm not looking for any commitment. And I was just reading the comments, and I'm going to say this to you. A lot of people are broken and hurt and get stuck in that place when they could be a really good person for someone out there.
Exactly.
But the problem is, you have never really admitted that you were the problem. You never actually. I had to do that. Like, you know,
I had to too.
I had to look at myself and say, look, I've got issues. I've got problems. I got to figure out who I am. And they've never really taken time out to look at that. So they become comfortable with their pain. And you know, the saying goes, You get stuck 10, 15 years while your partner go and get married, engaged, and doing amazing stuff for you. You're thinking, why didn't that happen to me? The truth of the matter is, it's quite simple. Love comes from you first. You have to remember that. Once you start loving yourself and loving God, once you start allowing God to see you, and I put the word reflection because that is what marriages does. You're seeing each other's reflection of who you really are.
Who you really are.
And when my wife tells me, Gershon, you are very loud. I don't like it. Sometimes the truth is I am loud. So then I have to adjust my volume. I have to know how to get that rapport. And I'm still learning. This marriage thing is a new thing. So I say to every human being out there, why am I the love motivator? Because love holds the key to your success. Love holds the key to everything you truly desire. If you want to have a successful business, start loving what you do and doing what you love. If you're not passionate about it, don't waste your time doing it. If you believe in yourself and you start realizing that you are already successful, you will then realize that you are able to live your best life. And the 100%, like you don't
motivator. I don't want to miss this point because you said something so powerful, and I've realized that it's our egos. See, what happens is this, yeah. Your partner said, "Babe, you're a bit loud and rah, rah, rah," but you could have just put up a wall against that and just said, "We're chatting about, man. That's just how this person speaks. That's how motivators are. We're full of energy, rare, rare." But you knew at this stage of growth in your life, you have to listen.
Yes.
You have to take on board constructive criticism and see what it feels like to actually try another way. Because that other way that you may never have thought about could be way more powerful than what you're actually trying.
100%.
So our partners sometimes say things to us and straight away we get defensive. We start bringing out the shield in the way that we respond verbally. We bring our shield out.
I call it, when I do my personal development and my coaching, I call it the onion revealing. So you're taking off the onion layers, and straight away what's happening is that, excuse me 1 second, I'll just change my position.
Yeah, I beg you, that sounds like
It must be something.
I don't want to say what it sounds like.
It wasn't even that. It's just one of my people that they do what they do, and they're naturally there.
Yeah, they sound like they need locking away, bro.
No. I was saying that. But I'll say this real quick, and for everybody, I say thank you again for even having me on.
No doubt.
But really, don't get flabbergasted with this Valentine's thing. I have to say it, man. Look,
of course,
if you want real love and understand, you would want to do it every single day of my life. It's like
simple.
It's like love is an energy that is from God, that I call it the Holy Spirit. It is a powerful force that moves within us, that allows us to want somebody to be happy. I want you to live a best life. You touch something about grief, and when I think about grief and my process and what I'm going through, I realize even more every single day that I really want people to be more happy. Like
that's correct.
Whatever cancer, coronavirus, whatever difficulty or struggle has taken that person out of this world and put them to sleep. You have this moment right now to make that person happy if they're still here. And you can't.
Death has made you value life more.
Different level, man. Different level. So
made you love deeper. Made you forgive harder.
Come on, man. I remember, as a matter of fact, last year, I started going through my phone and I start thinking to myself, like, who do I offend? After losing my sister to this COVID. And I start calling them up and say, bro, have I offended you? Because we haven't chatted for a while. And I'll start going through myself, because I realized All we have is right now, not the February the 14th every year and start buying these things that doesn't even make sense. When you just genuinely need to speak to Mark and say, Mark, I love you, bro. I respect you.
Simple.
And I love you for
Simple.
no reason. I just love you because
Simple.
inside of you, there's a purity and that level where it allows you to get to a place where you see yourself as God sees you. And this is where it's all about. So when people say, like Dr. G, why do you do what you do? I got a podcast coming out next week on Paul McKenzie. Paul McKenzie, we did a podcast. I didn't hear you there. Say again, sorry.
No, we're just reading a notice what somebody says. You're so much happier in
life
when
you
take the focus of yourself and you help others.
And I said that's because love needs someone else to work.
That's right.
Come on. I say my father is gonna be 44 years married next weekend. 44 years.
Wow.
And I say this to people. My father said to me, you can only light a fire if the wood are close together. So the fire has to, that's what dad said, son, the closer you put the wood together, the more fire you have. You gotta keep pushing the wood.
The light's quicker.
And I say this to everybody out there, like no matter no matter who you are loved because God loves you. I love you.
Right.
If you want love, hit me up and I'll show you love, like for real. Because a lot of people are searching for all type of love, and they get mislead. And the thing is, they get lost in the idea of a little feeling, and when the feeling's gone, there's no love.
Next?
They fall into
I feel so sad. I actually get sad when I think about it. Imagine there's people out there that are looking for love when their father, their creator, loves them, and they're thinking, how am I going to feel that love? I can't physically see you, but there's a connection with you while you're seeking that love that only God can feel. That gap in your heart that you trying to use drugs and sexing everybody and going around with addictions and all of that, God fills that gap. My pain that's just left a massive hole in there. God's moved in. I've allowed him to move in, and as a result of that, I care so much more about people. Because of the death of my son, it's allowed me to, God's opened up my heart. That pain, that brokenness, God has taught me so much. And he said, most people get bitter at this time and they blame me.
So true.
And he said, when that is the opportunity to be a great messenger of the message of love, to go out and help others. There's so many other parents in pain, so many other children that need a father. So go out there, be of service. That's why, bruv, everything I've been through, I've translated it into a moment to give. I've been homeless. So I offer myself up, my time to help youth. I know I didn't have no food, bro. So I'm saying, here's why I'm driven to get a food bank. Let me help the youth. Let me help the families without food. So I'm on that mission, starting to get things coming in now. Brilliant. I just need a venue, bang, I'm out there. The next thing I'm doing, employment's really important. Being an entrepreneur is really important. So what do? I put myself out there. I link up with businesses. You need to work with me. I've got access to youth, families. You give me the opportunity for employment, I help you to bring them in. Boom, they sign their soul. For anything you think about, and this is for everyone, any vision you've got, when it comes to helping others, it will work. The Most High will back you and support you because you're not thinking about you. You are caring about others. Now, when I say I don't care about money, I'm talking about I don't care about accumulating money for myself. I care about money because I want to use it to expand my work. so I can do more for the community. I can only wear one jumper at a time. I can only drive one car. I can only live in one house at a time. So what the hell am I trying to accumulate all these riches? And what is fame? What is fame? What, I sign a piece of paper with my name. What is fame? What are we chasing? We should be focused on love. Today, you want to talk about Valentine. If you do your history, you'll see Valentine was somebody that you do not want to celebrate. So what are we doing? It's because the media and everyone is making money off these days that they create and mug us off, and we follow it. We're in charge of love. We're in charge of the way we love. Everybody is our society, our neighbors. When last we made a meal and gone round to our neighbors? Back in the day, you'd knock at your neighbors with a pie. I just made a pie for you. Bro, that neighbor gonna do anything for you when you're in trouble because you made that pie.
100%.
So you see me, Bob? If I don't do nothing else in this planet, I just want you to remember me for giving people opportunities, for opening doors, for seeding you with something powerful in your life, and for hugging you, for caring about you, and for loving you. And I've started this movement because I'm hoping it will catch on, and people listening, people living their life that are getting this word from me will start jumping and say, I can live this life too. Look what Prince has gone through. Look what the pain he's living with. Well, if he can do that, so can I. Get up, everyone. Be counted. Show some love. Bun Valentine. Go and love up your family. Love the people that you dislike and show them that you really care, because that's the power that we all have. Motivate
guys, man. I want to say this, and I'm out. You know, Dr. Mark Prince, let me tell you, there were leadership. Sometimes a lot of people want to lead, and they do this from the front, and they double-standardly saying one thing and then doing the other. And I respect you because you've been organic. You showed yourself upright, and you've taken leadership in showing others how to. Because the process of forgiveness, you know, somebody said it earlier, love and forgiveness is one of the most. It's a difficult process. It's going to break you down, and that's why marriages, or when somebody say they love you and they want to be with you, you said the question you ask is, do you want to know? I say, let me tell you the truth. What I say is, are you willing to forgive me on my worst days? Are you able to love me on my bad days? And when I'm not the person, the great person that you see me from the first day. And I'll be honest with you, it's not a lot of women going to tell you yes. You know, because you know they say so when love is good, it's good, but when it's bad, it's bad.
It's bad.
And it takes you to a process where you have to humble yourself and come to yourself and say, look, I was wrong. Please, again, forgive me, but allow me to grow in it, that I'm able to forgive myself first.
To grow.
So with that, you know,
growth.
Everybody out there, you know, in the hearing of my voice, I'm not just Dr. G. You said something about where do you go to teach these life skills. School didn't prepare you for this. I took time out to put my time and my effort into this because I know there's a lot of women out there, a lot of men out there, they never even knew what relationship is because their father never loved them the way they should. The mother didn't love them, and they're walking around like time bombs, hurting people every single time. You know, trying to be a jealous and trying to be a whatever, you know. So I tell people, I mean, I've coached men, and I see grown men cry and break down because they say, gee, I never even looked at myself like this. You know, I never even knew that I was carrying issues from my father or my mother. And this is why I am who I am, going around.
We all got baggage, bro. We all got baggage. I'm so pleased at the way you dealt with your baggage. It's been awesome, bro. So please support my brethren. He's authentic. He wants to serve. And I think if we all support everybody, each other, and we're all just helping each other, how big is that going to be? That will change the world. You know what I'm saying? If God's son Jesus come, one man that changed everything.
You know what's so beautiful about what you're doing and building a platform and helping people to see showcase or to share the story is every human being have a story, and there are some
Every
people that,
single one.
and some of them, they don't even realize how powerful their story is and
Thank
how they
you.
can touch
Don't
people's
value.
lives and change that
That's
one
correct.
person to make them become a better person. So I
That's
would say
why I've done
continue
this,
sharing
bro.
your story, continue to share your story. I love you guys. You
That's right.
continue to walk
Love you
in
too,
the
bro.
path that God has directed you guys to
No
elevate
doubt.
people.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you
Big,
soon in person, man. Love you
big.
guys,
You
man.
will
Take
do,
care.
bro.
I'm
See you
out.
soon, man.
Enough love.
Always.
Take
Thank you
care.
so much, man, for adding value, King. One love
Take
to you, my
care.
brother. Listen, I'll never forget the first time I met you in the bank,
That's
on the
right.
high road.
Thanks for that,
Amazing.
man.
Lovely. Thank you so much, bruv. I thank God for we bucking up that day. And thank you for continuing on your journey and never giving up. That's what I respect about you, brother.
Yeah,
Okay?
respect, man.
Everyone listening, take that on board, man. Don't give up. Your dreams, do not give up. And I know it ain't been easy for you, bro, but you keep going. Enough respect to you, brother.
All right.
Blessings. Love, yeah?
All right. Always, man. I'm out.
All right, bro. Bless.
Tough one.
Guys, I just want to thank you so much for staying in tune. How many are still here? Give me a little wave. How many are still here? Give me a wave. Let me know if you're still here so I can say bye to you.
Say bye.
Another great guest, Prince. Yeah, Lance, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Nice, Lance. Nice, Charlotte. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for making sure you didn't give up on me when the hackers took over my account. Yes, Mac, blessed, Les, Boo. Thank you. That's it. It's Johnson. Lovely. Thank you so much, everyone. I love this week. And I'll tell you why I loved it so much, because there was nothing planned. I had no idea until I thought about it and thought, they call this Valentine's Day. Okay, they want to talk about love? Let's talk about love. And that's what I just done. And it's wonderful to have you guys taking part. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for being here, because we can't do this without you. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to lose everyone and what I'm trying to achieve. And look, you're here and I can engage with you, and I thank God. May God bless your lives, and may your love life improve. That is your everyday life. Your love life is your everyday life. Remember, DM me. I've got these opportunities. I've got support, counseling. Isha is standing by to support people with their issues and problems and moving and growing. Here's where we evolve. Here's where we grow. Here is your platform for support. Use it. Tell your friends about it if you don't want to use it. Tell them to follow me. Tell them to get onto my YouTube channel, follow. Tell them to DM me, and we'll give them all the support they need. Thank you, guys.
Take care,
Take
guys.
care. God bless.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.